button has been hit. And I believe we are a go. Yes. So I guess for now, we can look at the chitty chats. Actually, I don't need to look at that. I need to look at this. Hi, everybody. Right. I assume someone besides me is going to confirm that there is actual sound coming through. If so, then I can put away the headphones while Jen brings over her cup of something.
Tea.
Which you'll confirm that in 30 seconds or so. But if my planning was correct, it should be a-okay. Let's see. Hello all. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Karthik. Hi, Leva. Leva's not staying though. She's just stopping by to say hi.
Oh, hello and hello.
And there's Karthik here as well. We can hear you, says Karthik. Ah,
okay.
I guess. All right. Oh, yes. We don't have to wait 30 seconds. We've got an instant pipeline to the audience. Right. So I'm sure before we get going, you'd like to see what people are saying, since they can't see in that little tiny window. There it is.
Hello.
Sounds a bit quiet, but good. So here's the deal. Let me know if you want. I can turn the sound up, but that just means it'll be picking up a lot more background white noise. I kind of try to find a good spot where the white noise was minimized, but at least to my ears, through my laptop speakers, the volume level was okay. But if there are people out there where it's a little on the low side, we can crank it to an 11, and then it just means you'll hear a lot of in the background. So that is really the big question. Yes, where's Flash Bomb? That's the big question of the day. But so far, most folks have been saying sounds great. So I think my trials and tribulations trying to get the sound worked out earlier are going to be a-okay. Alrighty. Hello from Poland. Alrighty, cool. Thank you, Wheats.
Wheat
grows sweet. Alright, thanks, Wheat. That's going to be my little nickname for you, because I'm sure that's your actual real name. Cool. So, right. For folks who have done this before, everybody say hello to Karthik. Karthik is the internet captain today. Yay. You will be funneling your answers through him. And if you guys can't come up with a common line of attack, he will be the one to break the tie. And you can also spot him because he's got that big wrench. I assume you can see he's got a wrench by his name, which means he also wields the ban hammer. So if anybody's getting a little rowdy, Karthik can step in and take care of business like a boss, like the boss that he is.
Like the wrench wielder he is.
Yes. So, I also have a Skype session open with Karthik right now. Because, of course, there's a 30-some second delay between Jen and I do something and you guys see what it is. And because we're going to be all playing this game together, we don't want that delay. So, whenever Jen and I come up with a clue to give to you guys, I will type it directly to Karthik so that he can tell you, and you can already be thinking about it, and then 20-some seconds later, you'll hear me and Jen actually say the clue. So presumably that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
They'll tell us if it doesn't in 30 seconds or so.
30 seconds.
Let's see here. And we are playing, for those who don't know, we are playing Codenames Duet today, which is officially a two-player game, but the rules say that it's perfectly cool, instead of just two players, to have two teams. So it's going to be Team Rahdo and Jen, not versus, but cooperating with Team the Internet, with Captain Karthik. We will give you guys clues to try and figure out the agent you're trying to find. You will give us clues. We will all succeed or fail together. And now, this is a fairly short game, Codenames. So I suspect probably what will happen is we'll play the standard prog settings once, which is you get 9 rounds, you can make up to 9 mistakes without penalty. And depending on how long that takes, we'll probably then do another one. And after you do prog, you're supposed to jump around on the map to go to where we're supposed to go. To either Berlin, Moscow, or Cairo. But depending on how well we do, we might skip and go to a really tough spot like Tokyo or a Rio or something like that. But we'll just play that by ear. And of course, this is all going to be part of the official Rahdo Runs Through Codenames Duet that will go up later. So, and that will include the actual chat stream from you guys. So please remember, Rahdo Runs Through, even though I curse like a sailor in real life, this is a clean family show. And so if you could keep your expletives to a minimum, because it'll make a real pain for me later on to try to edit those things out. Right. Oh, rainy Seattle. I wish I was there. We'll just have to be in sunny Malta instead. Alrighty. So, I don't know how much longer. Let's see. Karthik in here. Everything seems fine. Everybody's coming in. So, can't see. Oh, yeah, sorry. Hi, everybody. When we actually start filming the thing, I'm going to rearrange it all so you'll be able to see me and Jen without that. Yeah, I can't actually see that I was off camera. Yeah, I was kicking back. Hi, everybody. Yeah, there we go. Let's get in closer. And of course, after we play a game or two, Jen and I will stick around and do some Q&A. This is probably going to be a bit shorter than the standard Rahdo Runs Through live. I mean, normally these things go for like 3 or 4 hours, and I think this one might be, well, we'll see how it goes. But the thing is, I mean, Jen and I, we've still got so much to do to get ready for Essen Spiel next week. A lot of packing. I've still got a lot of run-throughs to film for games that are debuting at the show. So this one's going to be probably a little bit shorter than the average Rahdo Runs Through live event. Let's see here. Oh, hey, is Tom here? I just saw somebody says they're a big fan of Tom. Nope. Thought maybe Tom Vassell had joined us. Ooh, that'd be pretty cool. Or maybe he's a big fan of Tom Hickey. I don't know. Oops. There we scrolled all that off the screen.
Scroll.
So the other thing is, once the game starts, Jen and I are going to stop looking at the live chat feed, because if we could see what you were talking about as you guys are trying to work together to come up with clues, then that would kind of spoil the entire point of the game, obviously. So once we get going, we're going to basically hide all chat from our screen so we can't cheat, and I will only be talking back and forth with Karthik to give him clues and you guys give us clues, and hopefully we will save the day and stop the assassin from striking. So, righty, where are we? Let's go over here and set up for the real filming. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Come here, you. So, I need to move it. Wah! So, here we go into our little tiny window on the side. And look, I've already got the game set up.
Yes, and I just saw the thing on the other side.
What? Oh, no, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, we can't even look at the video because, of course, we can see what your guys' clue card is. So, I'm going to have to, once I get all this arranged. All right, and
we'll put a new clue card.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah. Move up. There. Nope, not quite. Move to top. Order. Move to top. Boop. There we go. And so this is how we will still have the chat window and me and Jen on screen. But most importantly, the actual game. Let's see here. So it looks like we'd cut off right there. So we just got to keep all these things kind of in this area.
Okay.
All those, because yeah, just a little bit of that's cut off. And right, so they can see their card. Hopefully everybody can see their clue card quite clearly, and you can make out the green spies you're trying to reveal, and the black assassins you're trying to avoid, and the tan bystanders. Another thing, so the rules talk about in team play that you know, if it's a team of players working and they're trying to figure out together what clue they're going to give, that they should whisper in each other's ear or write stuff down. Jen and I actually did a sound test earlier, and we tried whispering, and the mic picked it up. Yeah. We could not whisper quietly enough that you wouldn't be able to hear what we were whispering. So Jen and I have a clipboard and a couple of pencils that when we're trying to figure out a clue, you know, oh, I got it. What about this? And she'll just, so we'll talk without, and of course we won't see what you guys are talking about, because that's the way it's supposed to work as a team. And Karthik says, yep, camera looks good. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Karthik. And, yeah, I mean, I guess this can just stay up here like this. That's not really blocking anything of note. And, yeah, so the chat window's there. Oh, maybe I should make it just a little bit. Oh, I should just leave it alone. I should stop messing with it. There we go. Yeah. Okay, there. As long as I stay on this side, then these will not go off.
No, okay, that makes
yeah, I was just trying to make sure.
sense.
Which is
I just backed out.
Alrighty, so that's it. This is the last we're going to see of the real game. So we're minimizing that, and now we've got to move away from the live chat and move away from the preview. In fact, actually, let's just go on ahead and reset this so the preview stream isn't even live, so we can't see it at all. And all I'll be able to see is the current status of our stream in case it goes down. If it goes down, actually this is going to be really nice. Normally when it goes down, we don't know about it for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
But if it goes down, Karthik will he'll just beep us right away. So if something goes wrong, that's actually really, really nice. We should always do it this way, like
Captain
we're professionals
Karthik.
or something. Alrighty. We've already got 133 folks. So this is going to be probably 150-person run-through of Codenames Duet instead of my normal 2-player run-through. All right, so yeah, is there anything else you want to do, or are you just ready to get going?
We just need to put a different.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'll do that as part of the whole. Hey, today Rahdo runs through blah blah. Let me tell you what's happening and all that.
Okay.
I assume some people here don't even know how to play Codenames Duet or how it works or anything like that. It's super duper simple. I will describe it the same way I describe anything when I do a run through. So you guys will get the basics. Long story short, you looking at your card, you see all these greens, you are trying to give us one-word clues associated with a number that will tell us which of these things from your perspective is a green agent that we are trying to rescue from the black agents. It'll be easier to describe once. I have no reason to describe all this twice. I think we're good to go. It says the health is good. Everything's still going there. Let's see. If anything goes awry, we don't have to look at this because Karthik will step in and tell us. So the video looks fine. I think everything's good. So
It's all good.
it's all good. Yeah. And let's see here. Just make sure. Is that fine? Yeah. I'll go like that a little bit just so the laptop's not quite so ubiquitous. Right. Actually, we can both see this way.
Okay.
That'll be nice. And okay, I think we're ready to go.
Alrighty.
This once more goes off screen. We cannot see it. We cannot cheat. Oh, I need a box.
Do you have your sign? You need your
Need
sign?
the rules just in case. You know what? I don't think so because of I'll just, since I'm going to have to edit this video anyway, I'll superimpose the sign in after the fact. I think that'll just be easier
Okay.
than having to mess with it right now.
Sounds good.
There's already enough going on.
That is true.
Alright, so, oh, come here, chair.
SEO chair.
SEO chair. Okay. Man, that's the weirdest thing. Doing a run through without being able to see what I'm filming. I've never done that.
I know.
I can always see what I'm filming through the viewfinder. So this is totally flying blind. I already feel like I'm just, I can't just double check to make sure everything's on screen correctly. And oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Karthik said, yes, camera looks good.
Yep, you said that a while ago. You said that 5 minutes ago. But I'm sure everything's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, so, wow.
And we can't see what anybody's saying.
I know, because we'd be able to see the whole thing. So we can't look. Wow, that's scary. All right, well, we'll just go. We'll just go. All right. Do you want to check your hair or anything like that, Honey Pie? Are you fine?
I think it is what it is.
Okay, very good. That's a words to live by. Okay. Let's get a drink of water. All right, we got to start recording the audio too. Where's our here it is.
You guys, this is some of the behind the scenes you don't normally get to see.
Yep.
Or hear.
All right. Hey, everybody. Today.
Rahdo Runs Through.
Okay, cool. And what do we look at? We look at. We look at there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. All right.
I'm ready.
Oh, by the way, just so people are confirmed, you can see I'm not cheating by looking at the real stuff right here. All there is just a Skype window for Karthik, nothing else. Quick, open it up. No, we're not doing that. Oh, but now I've messed up. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? They trusted me. I should have just left it alone.
Leave it alone.
There we go.
Yeah.
But now I just want to see what they're saying. I can't see what they're saying about us, honey. But we're recording all of this, folks, so we will read it later. So you guys be nice. All right. Man, this is weird. This is flying blind. Crazy. All right.
It's like you're a newscaster.
Well, no, the newscaster has a teleprompter to read.
Yeah, but okay. But no feedback from audience members or anything.
Well, I don't have any feedback from audience when I'm filming by myself.
No, but when we do the live playthrough, you do.
Yes, that's true. It is weird. It's definitely going to be strange, but we'll muddle through somehow. Okay, folks, you've been very patient. Let's get this show on the road. Hey everybody! Today, Rahdo runs through Codenames Duet, which is a new cooperative version of a hugely popular party-style game that came out, was it last year or maybe the year before? I don't quite remember, called Codenames. Now, I've already done a run-through of Codenames. If you want to check that out, you can hit the I up in the top right corner screen or follow the show notes to see a little bit more about it. But today, we're playing the sequel, and we are not alone. Today, I'm going to be doing a 200-person run-through of this game because it's going to be Team Rahdo and Jen. Say hi to everybody.
Everybody. Hello, everybody.
Jen and I are going to be on one team, and on the other team is going to be the internet. We are live streaming this game right now. There's around 150 people watching right now. I expect that number to go up as we move along. And there's one captain steering the internet ship named Karthik. Karthik will be giving us clues, but he'll be working with the rest of the viewers to come up with clues that help us find the agents. And Jen and I will be working together trying to come up with clues to give the internet so they can find the agents. Because what is all this about? Here's the deal, folks. We're in Prague. We're all members of the same spy agency.
And we've just picked up a chicken cup.
And we've just picked up a yes.
That is where the chicken cup comes from.
Which might not mean anything to a lot of viewers, but that's an inside joke for the real Rahdo fans. That is where we got our chicken cup, in Prague. Yep. So there are 15 of our fellow agents out there in the city, and they are being hunted by 3 assassins. And it's our job to call them back into HQ to safety. But here's the problem. Communications are compromised. We can't just call out to them because that might get them killed. So we have to find them, and we have to be very, very circumspect about it by giving out code names. If you look at the board here, this is a random setup. The game comes with a bajillion cards. This is only half of them. There's that many more, plus all the ones that are out here. As part of setup, you make a little 5x5 grid. Each agent we're trying to find has a code name. There might be Agent Skates or Agent Ant or Agent Potter. Mr. Potter might be out there somewhere. Or this person could just be some harmless, innocent bystander who we don't really care about. Or it could be one of the assassins. And now how do we know who is who? Well, as part of setup, after you've made the little 5x5 grid, you've got this other deck of cards. That is a bunch of clue cards. Now you can see one here on the table. I'm not going to use this one because Jen and I have already seen it, and I'd be kind of giving it away. Jen and I, we're on our team, and we can see one side of the card. So we can see this side of the card. The other players on the other team can see the other side of the card. And so, you, watching this later, as a member of the internet, you want to make sure that Jen and I, when we're trying to figure out where the agents are, that we never pick this. We never pick Pine or Tattoo or Craft, because if we pick any of those, the game is instantly over. And by the same token, Jen and I are looking at the other side, and we're trying to make sure nobody ever picks Lunch, Viking, or Dash. I think that was right. Well, you get the idea. I might have flipped this upside down wrong. But we're trying to make sure you guys don't stumble across certain names. You're trying to make sure we don't. And the rest, I think, will become pretty clear as we go. So the last little bit of setup is, it's not going to be this clue card. Bye-bye. You just you shuffle up the deck, you pull one out kind of like this so that you can only see your side, which is what I'm doing, and boom. Right, so Jen and I can see what's going on. We cannot see what's going on the other side. I'm just double checking. Karthik, are you ready? Are you ready? Right, there is a 30-second delay going right now, of course, so I'm actually in a Skype chat with Karthik. That's how we're going to give clues, and that's how we're going to get clues back, so that we don't have to wait 30 seconds all the time. Alrighty, so as soon as Karthik says ready to go, we're ready to go. Although, I'm sure Jen's already been thinking about giving a clue.
No, you just turn this over.
Okay, Karthik says yes. So, as soon as either Jen or I or you, the internet, come up with a clue, just go on ahead and spit it out. It's basically whoever comes up with the clue first is the first player, or in this case, the first team. Now, we're replicating the notion of, it just being one player and another player across the table. Instead, it's one team and another team. But anyway, so, Honey Pie, have you figured something out yet? I've been stalling as long as I can.
Yeah, I have.
You have?
You better get this.
Okay. Well, I might have to. You mean the internet better get it. So, are you...
Right, no.
Yeah. Oh, Jen's used to playing with me.
Inside clue.
Okay, so, well, no. I mean, there's not going to be inside references here. They're not going to know about our friends and family and history and stuff. So we have to do something very generic. Of course, if you're playing with friends, then you can give personalized clues. Let's see here. What do we got? I immediately spot one really easy. Okay. Here, I'm just going to, I mean, is that what you think of that? I mean, that's super duper simple.
Let me just look at if I can see if I can find it.
All right, let's make a.
I've got also.
Yeah. All right. What do you like? Alrighty.
Let's see if you can figure that out. That's a good clue.
All right. What are you pointing to with them, so we can see?
Okay, so I'm pointing to. So this is our bottom row, right?
Yeah. Yes, yeah. For folks who are playing on the internet, from your perspective, the top row you see is this row, the bottom row you see is this row, and for us, it's kind of the opposite because we're looking at the other side. So what were you looking at, Hey Pie? Ooh, yeah, that's really good too.
Okay.
You want to go for yours first?
Sure.
Actually, is it fine though? Because here's the thing, Jen's got a good clue, I think, and it would get us going, but there's always the chance the internet team might misconstrue her clue and not pick what she thought. But actually, looking around, I think yours is your clue is pretty safe. So let's go for it. Okay. So Jen is giving the first clue to the internet because they haven't come up with one yet. Now, clues come in the form of a single word that must reference the definition, the meaning of the cards we're trying to point to, and a number saying how many cards Jen's pointing to. So here it comes. Jen's first clue is Toys 2. And so, now, I've just told the internet, I've just told Karthik, Karthik is telling the rest of the team, and you yourself at home can kind of play along after the fact. Look over here, Jen is trying to indicate 2 of those 25 cards that have something to do with toys. And I will wait for Karthik to make their first assumption. Yeah, but mine's... oh, I see. Jen's already thinking ahead. Why? What are you pointing?
I was just nothing.
All right.
There's 3 of those.
We have to be kind of vague here. So while the internet is ruminating on toys, and eventually Karthik will chime in to say what their guesses are, we can still be thinking about what our next clue might be. Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
I know.
But
yeah,
but still,
baby. That works. It totally works.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jen's already figured out her second clue as well. And why did you come up with that first? You're so keen on your own. Obviously, you took mine and you did something even better with it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right. The internet is up. They have chosen doll. If they were physically here, if they were a player, the player wouldn't say anything. The communication is very limited in this game. All we're supposed to say publicly to the other team is Toys 2, and then the other team, once they've talked amongst themselves and figured it out, they silently point. They pointed to doll, and we say, nailed it. And now they know there's one more thing out there that Jen was referring to. And so they don't have to guess, because remember, if they guess wrong and stumble across the assassin, we all lose. But we have just found one of the 15 spies, and so we'll wait to see. They're talking amongst themselves. Now I'm assuming you, watching this after the fact, can actually see the chat window. We can't see it, because if we could see what they're talking about... Oh, Karthik's getting ready with his second answer. Here it comes. Nope, he started to type, but then he stopped. Oh, the Skype tease. That is Karthik.
Are you sure your window's scrolled all the way down?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay. So he'll jump in for a second. Okay, number 2, they pointed to skates. They were correct.
Well done,
all right,
internet.
So now the internet, thanks no doubt to Karthik's wonderful leadership, has figured out Jen's clue, found 2 of the 15, and we didn't make any mistakes. If one of these 2 cards, if we had then said, we double check and we say, oh, well, that was wrong, and Jen didn't mean skates, she actually meant, I don't know, yeah, because she thought it was a toy gun or something like that. I know, maybe they were worried. Maybe they thought she was talking about a toy gun. We said no. That would either be, we'd have to reveal that, oh, that's the assassin and we all lost, or we would reveal that, nope, that was a bystander and we just missed it and we've lost an opportunity, because these markers, these bystander markers, there's 9 of them, represent the timer. We have 9 rounds to avoid the assassin and find everybody. So, it's now the internet's turn to give us a clue, unless they want to guess further. Unlike regular Codenames, where there was like a limit on how many, you could only guess the number the clue was +1, here you can guess as many as you want. So the internet could start guessing, but they've got nothing to go on other than the fact that presumably, if anything else they should find had something to do with toys, that they would know, oh, well, it can't be any of the other things. But, I mean, that's a real Hail Mary. So they could keep guessing if they wanted, but they should really stop and come up with a clue to give me and Jen so that we can start trying to figure out. Because Jen's very excited about her next clue.
Yeah. Well, and I'm working on the next one.
And well, she's already working. And this is true. The interesting thing about Codenames is when you're the person giving the clue, oh, man, it is mentally taxing. I mean, if you're watching this after the fact at home, definitely, look at that, compare it to this and try to come up with something that will tell us about as many things as possible in only a single word. The default rules do not allow for acronyms, do not allow for compound words. It has to be a single word. So if you wanted to say something to do with like George Washington, first president of the United States, you'd have to say George or Washington. I mean, you can't say George Washington, and we'd like, well, but if you say George, you might think of George Stephanopoulos. Oh, they've already picked it. Okay, the first clue, honey, is shoot 2. Okay, I mean, obviously. So, all right, we're going to go for that, and we're not going to wait.
Are you just going to say it?
No, yeah, I'm going to say rifle. So I've told, and now Karthik, we don't have to wait for the 30-second delay. Karthik can say, is rifle correct? Correct. And, all right. We didn't work this out. We didn't actually do a trial run of this, folks. And Karthik is saying yes. All right. Now, what is the other one? That was the easy one.
Yeah. Well, I have a thought. Why don't you look at it and see if you come up with the same thing?
Okay. What is it? It is shoot. Shoot 2. Oh, it's ridiculous, but I'm inclined to go with pew. As in pew pew laser guns. Pew pew pew.
Yeah.
Because that is the internet sound for shooting a gun.
I understand.
But
I think a tattoo, because the military tattoo.
What?
That's what they do when they have the rifle thing go off, isn't it? Isn't that what it's called?
What?
A tattoo.
A tattoo? No. As far as I know, tattoo is not slang for firing a gun.
No. When the military does it, like as a
You mean a salute?
A salute, yes.
Yeah. See, I think you're thinking of a salute, not a tattoo.
Okay.
Right. I don't see anything else other than Jen's alternate reality, where the military gives 21 gun tattoos.
Yeah. Okay. That's. There must be a word that's similar to that. That's striking my brain. I'm not.
Yeah. This game just makes you freeze up. I'm gonna go with pew. I can't think of anything else. Nothing else makes sense. I mean, you don't shoot in golf. Right? You don't shoot things into a bucket.
You putt.
Yeah. So are you cool with pew? As in pew pew, shoot the laser gun?
Well, let's see. What is it? Is it vampires that you shoot with a silver bullet?
No, you shoot.
Werewolves with silver bullets.
Yeah. Okay. So you gotta stop me.
Okay,
3, 2, 1. We're going for pew. Pew. And now Karthik will let us know if it was correct. And we are. Yay! Okay. All right. So, oops, I totally, we're a few minutes into this. I've already made 2 goofs. Here's the deal, folks. Remember, this is our timer.
Yeah.
After every turn has happened, after a clue has been given and accepted and dealt with, time passes. The first one Jen gave out, they figured it out. So, hey, we were successful. Second one, Jen and I, we just figured those 2 out. Successful. We have 7 more rounds to find the remaining 11 people. Okay, and Jen is ready to go. Honey, that is an awesome, although for the record, as awesome as it is, remember, I got you most of the way there.
Yeah,
you started it. Honey, what's your clue?
Creatures 3.
Creatures 3. Okay, So, Karthik is passing that information along, and they will start making their guesses soon.
Yes. 30 seconds, we will see what we will see.
All right, and in the meantime, we can be thinking about what our next clue is going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously, with honey pie, with that, you know.
Yeah.
So.
But what can you do with those?
Well,
Okay.
I mean, something like that, potentially. And although I don't know if there's anything else that would mess up. Because that's the tricky thing about being a clue. You might have what you think is the perfect clue, and everybody, but then they misinterpret it. They go off into the woods. They choose something you never thought of, and boom, everybody's assassinated. Okay, their first one was walrus. Correct.
An excellent choice.
Oh. Come here, you. Why are you not letting me type? Skype. There we go. Correct. Next. Alrighty.
Okay, so that won't work because of something else.
Yeah. Oh, what? I mean. Yeah. Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I can see that might be a problem. Let's see here. Meanwhile, Karthik is typing according to Skype. Let's see. But ant. The internet says correct.
This is my favorite spy. I like her with her purple hair.
The purple-haired spy, yes. Yeah. Well, she's safe now, honey pie. We brought her in from the cold.
Yeah.
Okay. And now they can go for that third if they think they've got it, or they can stop. But we'll see what they come up with, if they keep on going or not. And in the meantime, Jen and I will keep on thinking. All right, what do we need? We need that and that. Oh, and that. No. What do you think? And their third one, nailed it. Locust is correct. Done guessing? Alrighty. So it is. If so, hit us with your next clue. Alrighty. And in the meantime, while they're thinking about the next clue, what are we doing, honey pie? I think that was the best thing we can come up with.
I think we don't. Yeah, that's really hard. This will be a problem.
All right. Right. They're checking on their side. Karthik will get back to us shortly. But there's got to be a word that avoids the other. I think it's fine. I think. Let's see. Well, let's see.
It won't hurt us if they do guess that.
Yeah. Not that you're supposed to say that. That was more information you're supposed to give. All right. Oh, they're still discussing amongst themselves. That's okay. I will give you yet another topic. Save the agents from the assassins. Right. Well, okay. What else do we got besides that? Although, I don't want to start going to singles. We can go to singles. Because here's the thing. Generally, if you can give, so far we've been doing twos. Twos are a good baseline. You're not doing great, but you're doing well. You're probably going to win if you can just keep pulling off twos without too many mistakes. A three is a big deal. So we're ahead of the curve now with that three. We could afford to just go for the safety and do a one. Like word one means, okay, we're just giving a specialized word that could only reference that one card. Those are always really easy to do. But ideally, you want to give out clues that give you at least two cards. And again, don't steer people in the wrong direction. But, yeah. What do you got? What do you got? Jen's got something. Oh, yeah. Well, with what? Yeah, I see, of course. No, I don't think so. I think mine's better.
Well, yours has got a fault.
Oh, ship 3.
Ship 3?
Ship 3. Oh. Okay, we can put our own stuff on hold for a bit.
Cool.
Ship 3.
Well, I like Vikings.
Well, yeah, I mean, Vikings are a no-brainer, right? But is there anything else?
Bucket. For swabbing the deck.
You know what? I mean, Vikings is the only obvious one. I mean, ships aren't really exposed to blizzards too terribly often. ship's taste of metal.
Maybe flag, because
Because they raise a flag on a ship.
No, they've got flags for semaphore.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. That's reasonable. Pine, makeup, golf, ship. Now they could mean the verb ship.
Are you sure a military tattoo is not some sort of a musical paradey thing?
I've never heard of it.
Can the internet help me out here?
Unfortunately, we can't look. Karthik, totally unrelated to everything else. If anybody on your side knows of something that military tattoo having to do something with firing guns, Jen will not let it go. But in the meantime, I mean, okay, obviously we're going to go for Viking, right? That's
definitely Viking.
So Viking is our first one, and I will confirm Viking, and they'll say yes. And all right. Now here's the thing. Yep, correct. So that one was easy peasy. And now we've got two other things that have to do with ships.
It's got to be bobbing the deck.
We're thinking about ships because we're looking out the window at the ocean where ships go by all the time.
Yeah.
They could be talking about the verb to ship goods from one place to another.
Yeah.
And they could be going for both, because that's really smart wordplay if you come up with something that works in two different ways for multiple uses of an English word. So is there anything to have to do with shipping of goods? Probably not. But still, I felt brilliant even just thinking of that. Like, oh yeah, because if you're shipping goods, you want to dash and get it there on time. I mean, okay, well, what do you got? Don't just screw your face up at me. I think I'm pretty confident with flag. All right, you just want to go with flag, and then we'll figure out if we go third after that. Okay, so we're going for flag. Flags, question mark. And if we get it wrong, this will be our first misstep. Correct. All right, so now, are we going to go to, we can stop, because we could guess.
Well, there's no way it could be cave. No way it could be potter. Craft. Shipcraft? Craft ship? Taste? No.
No. Blues? Oh, well, no. Gunmetal gray ships, like Navy ships, are often there, and ships sail on the ocean blue. Although obviously that's blues, so I don't know that they necessarily play the blues on ships too terribly often.
Hey, they feed sailors lunch on ships, don't they? And probably there's a hunting green
Blizzard tattoo. Sailors have tattoos. We previously established that.
Yes.
But if that were the case, they would have said sailor. They wouldn't have said ship.
Yeah.
Because Vikings were sailors, so it can't be tattoo because they would have said sailors.
Yep.
Because what was the other thing we did? We did flag.
I'm going with bucket. I'm all in on bucket.
Because they're swabbing the deck.
Of course. Well,
I say we just don't take the chance.
You think about all the places you might see a bucket, and a ship is definitely a place you'd see a bucket.
I can see a bucket in our closet right over there.
Well, I know, but seasickness. For swabbing up the sickness.
I propose we don't take the risk, because after your triple, we're ahead of the game. We can afford, and if something comes up later, we can, why take the chance? Because if you're wrong, and that's the assassin, we lose. And we're ahead of the game right now.
Okay, all right.
All right, so have I talked you out of?
No, but...
All right, okay, I will defer to you if you want to go bucket.
No, I don't want to be deferred to. I want you to be in complete and total agreement with me.
I'm not. I believe we should pass because I don't want to take the risk.
Well, then I'm fine.
Alrighty, cool.
No conservative.
So, pass. No more pass. Not risking it. Alrighty. So now it's time for us to give them a clue. And we still haven't come to a conclusion as to what our clue is.
Karthik hasn't gotten back to us about a military tattoo.
Right. He's heard us by now. But maybe they're actually trying to play the game. I don't know. Instead of, getting to the bottom of your... Anyway,
we've only got two computers.
I like mine better than yours.
Well, I don't like yours at all. Yours is going to kill us.
What are you talking? Well, first of all, I think yours is a.
This is not.
Yeah. So. Then you got to come up with something else. We can do a single, but they say no comment. We're focusing on the game.
Oh, okay. Well, we can discuss it afterwards. I will go get on Google.
Yeah. If you can't come up with something fair. Now, the rules say if you're playing team play that, players can discuss silently, whisper, write stuff down. Right. Oh, whoops. Yeah, we've been forgetting time. Yes. How many? How many have we forgotten, Karthik? Right. So that was the third turn. Right. So we did one, they did one, we did one, they did one. So that was the third, and we just finished the fourth turn. Right? Because it's up to us again. We did first. We're back on fourth. So we have 5 more rounds to find the remainder. Must remember to do this. Okay. So strictly speaking, also, by the way, when we're not supposed to flip these over, a player is supposed to take them. So we've done one, the internet has done one, we've done one, the internet has done one. It's our turn now. There's 5 rounds left. And thanks for reminding me, Karthik.
Okay.
Yes. Making Paolo's life a little bit easier after the fact.
Okay.
What's wrong with mine?
Well,
I'm very, very confident.
I don't.
Oh, I was saying. So
Why would you be confident?
Because it's the best thing we got. If you can come up with something better, that's great. And the rules say this is again primarily a two-player game, so you don't necessarily. I mean, all this dialogue is going inside your head, and you have to make the decision for yourself. The rules also say, as often as not, if a player on the team thinks they've got it, just go ahead and do it. Although I think we're a little too cooperative for that. Have you come up with something else you think?
No, I'm just gonna ask you something.
Okay. All right. While you're thinking about that, I will continue. We can just do a single if you want, but I'm really, really confident, Honey Pie. I think they'll nail it. What? Yeah.
Is that why you're doing it?
I see what you're saying, and the answer to that question is yes.
Okay. Well then, go ahead.
Okay.
It only took me 10 minutes to get it.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, everybody. Here's the new clue. But which one? Which one?
Just a second.
I think.
The one I crossed out?
No. I think this one. Because this one is a bit more broad. This is very.
Yeah.
Okay. The new clue is imbibe 2. There you go. And off to the races they go. And you, of course, at home, after the fact, years from now, decades from now, centuries from now, watching this video, are trying to figure out what did we mean by imbibe 2.
Yep. Centuries from now.
Yep. And after the game is over, only after the game is over, because this is another thing as well. Often you're playing the game, and you have this internal dialogue, or and you're like, oh, will they figure it out? Will they not figure it out? How could they not figure that out? And you want to jump in after you think, okay, well, I can tell them now. You can't tell anything. All you can do is give the clue and the number. That's it. And all the other players can do is talk amongst themselves and point. So that's the thing. I mean, after this game is over, we will reveal what Jen and I agreed or disagreed about the viability of that clue. And you guys, I'm sure, will side with me and say, of course that was the clue to go with. Who am I kidding? You're, of course, going to side with Jen and say, I'm an idiot. Jen was right. It was too much of a risk. And we'll find out shortly if it's too much of a risk, because the internet is thinking even as we speak.
Yes.
And of course, actually, I was thinking, oh no, we have to kind of fill the void. But remember, people watching this a year from now, they're seeing the internet talk. All that stuff is on screen.
Yep.
We can just, I don't know, check our email if we want.
We could look up military tattoo. We could, right now.
All right.
And we've got 2 laptops within arm's reach.
All right. Let's bring out the Chrome while they continue to come up with the answer to imbibe 2. Oh, by the way, a hugely important rule, and this is an easy mistake to make. You cannot use a word that contains a word that's already out here. If the word, I was talking about Washington earlier, you're trying to talk about the state Washington, Washington, D.C., George Washington, you say Washington. You can't say Washington at all if any of these say wash, or if any of these say ton, because that would be too obvious. Also, you cannot give clues that are not having something to do with the definition of the word. You can't give a clue like 3 or left 3, which would be like saying, oh, just pick the 3 that are on the left side of the table. You know, that would be totally cheating.
Yep.
Now, if each one of these if there were cards, you could say left 3 if, I don't know, if there was southpaw. If a word like that, you know, I'm trying to think of words that actually would have some kind of meaning to do with the word left. But you can't say like P2, and then the players would just look for all the words that start with the letter P.
Yeah.
That would be totes cheating. Right. Anyways, their first one is taste. Okay. And hey, it turns out that wrong. Right, so they have just found, remember up till now we've been making a mistake, so we've been taking these and claiming these as successes. We just spent this turn, their first guess was taste, and they discovered that, well, this was not an assassin, because we would have lost. It also was not an agent, it was a bystander. And so we put this little marker here, pointing to them as a reminder they should never choose taste again.
This guy needs protecting, look at him.
Yeah, clearly, now here's the deal though. He could still be a spy, because on their side of the card, they might see that taste is a green. They know on our card, taste is a gray. But on their side of the card, it could still. It's just that, hey, he is a spy, but he didn't know them. He's waiting for us to make the approach. That's the thematic story.
Yep.
You know, what is it? 6 of these agents will only talk to us. 6 will only talk to them, and then 3 of the agents will talk to either of us. Right? 6 plus 6 plus 3. Yeah. So that's basically how it works out thematically. So anyway, they didn't. All right. So what's your new? So they missed it, and what's your new clue?
No, they're
No, they can't get to go again. They tried and they failed.
Because it's wrong.
Right. Give us a clue. So, but here's the thing. That's bad. We just wasted a turn, but hey, we dodged a bullet. And they still know Imbibe 2 was a clue. They can remember that, and they can come back to that later. Because remember, you know, if we just say something 1, just to like point to a specific card, later on, and then they just nail that, then they can revisit. Oh, okay, they got a new clue. The internet says wood 2. All right, what's it going to be?
Bucket.
A wooden bucket?
Yes.
You're keen on those buckets. Well, the other thing too is if you were right about bucket, because it had to do with ships, they might. But here's the thing: we don't know if this new clue is trying to point us to something they've already given us a clue, or if they want to not do that because they don't want to repeat and double down on clues.
Okay, well,
is there anything else made of wood?
Yes, pine.
Pine, of course. Yes, pine.
We will do pine first. Pine
Question mark.
fresh.
And do you want to craft? Because there's woodcraft.
I think they probably gave us bucket as part of the pirate clue.
Yes! Pine is correct.
And now they're giving us it again as a wood clue.
As a wood clue?
Yes, a wooden bucket.
Okay.
Well, there's not wood ranch, not wood makeup, not wood lemonade, not wood tattoo, not wood blizzard, not wood golf, not wood golf, or lunch.
You do think about the wood on the ranch. Ranches are out in the wilderness. There's lots of wood. Everything on the ranch is made out of wood. Wooden buildings, wooden fences, wooden corrals, wooden buckets. Everything's made out of wood out there. On a ship, you find a metal bucket. So now you're switching this bucket's chemical composition.
Why would you have a metal bucket?
I keep thinking of military ships. Every time we talk about ships, my mind just immediately goes to military ships because I'm still on this stupid tattoo firing military thing.
Okay.
I shouldn't say stupid. They're crazy. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't worry.
Okay.
So, all right. If you want to go with bucket, we'll go with it.
I'm stacking it all on bucket.
Bucket. Bucket or broke. Bucket. Oop. But here's the thing. If it's correct, we won't know if that was related to the ship or the wood or both.
Yes.
And the answer is awesome. Boom.
Ta-da.
All right. So that was another successful, and now we got to give them a clue. And they still got a clue to figure out, which makes me think then we should just, let's
do a single one.
All right, oh, so, yeah. That. Yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to do,
okay, do it to it.
citrus, 1.
Citrus 1. One of those cards has something to do with citrus. And after they guess that, if they get it correctly, they can keep guessing. Or they can wait. And again, yeah. All right, so we were going to go back and find out, what am I doing a Google search for?
Military tattoo.
Military. Well, that's just going to show up a bunch
Look,
of...
it just did it.
Yeah, yeah, but that's because people in the military have tattoos.
No.
All right, oh, wait a minute. We'll come back to that. Alrighty, so lemonade, and they said a frowny face. They're worried about this.
They feel embarrassed.
Well, no, because I can only assume it's because he's worried.
No, it's the blush. Huh? That's the.
Well, it's a frowny. No, there's no blushing. It's just frowning. They did just frowny. But anyway, lemonade.
Okay,
was
Karthik,
correct.
did you blush or is that just frowning?
Well, they'll answer that in 30 seconds.
I know.
Continuing to guess or stopping. Right.
All right.
Now, if they continue to guess, they can guess as many as they want, they're thinking about it. They're typing. They're back and forth. They're not really quite sure. Wow, honey pie. They're continuing. They're going to go for a guess. They realize they should have guessed that last round. Of course, they're just talking amongst themselves. And why not? You people know this. But anyway. Meanwhile, we've gone to the bottom of this, and I owe Jen a huge apology. Military tattoo. The term comes from the early 17th century Dutch phrase, do den tap toe, turn off the tap, a signal sounded by drummers or trumpeters to instruct innkeepers near military garrisons to stop serving beer for soldiers to return to their barracks.
Yeah.
How did you know about that? I have never heard of that.
Well, actually, it's now a big, like, everybody gets dressed up and...
Oh, but so you're still thinking of something else.
It's
sorry. What? Oh, lunch. And they've guessed for lunch? Correct. Boom. So they took a strap at lunch, and now, folks, hey, guess what? We can now reveal.
Actually, wait a minute. Don't they have to give us a clue and then?
No. Well, no. So we're done. All of our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 agents have been discovered. And so from now on, we just have to keep getting clues from them until we find all theirs. Right, okay, and they finished, so they just took a round, completed another thing, they're out. We have 2 more rounds for us to find. Okay, you must give us all clues now. Boom. I'm sure they're hearing me saying this by now. Because we've gotten through everything, we have no more clues to give because we've brought all of our agents in, folks. I don't know what you guys are up to.
Our people are safe.
Yes. So, now they will go ahead. How many? Oh, and there are 2 more. 2 more out there.
And we have
all
2
3
more
assassins are out there. We have 2 rounds.
Yep.
So, we could instantly win this, guaranteed, because all they got to do is just give us a single, that we can't miss, and then another single, because we have 2 more rounds.
Right.
So, we've got it in the bag, but there is our score to consider. Because at the end of the game, if we make it, and we don't reveal any assassins, and we don't run out of time, every one of these we didn't use is worth 3 points. So, if they can get us a 2, and we find both of them right now, we'll score 3 bonus points.
Okay.
Which would be cool. Or if they just want to take it safe, no doubt thanks to Jen's excellent triple clue from the beginning that got us on good stead.
Well, that you started.
Yep. So it's up to them if they just want to take it safe, and we'll get the guaranteed winner, all but guaranteed. Or they can push it a little bit farther and go for the glory, give us a 2 clue, and if we make it, we win, and with extra points. So they're talking amongst themselves. So, but this isn't what you thought of a military tattoo, right?
Okay.
There's something to do with.
Keep going.
Right, what do you want?
Well, like, what is the Edinburgh tattoo? What's the military tattoo in Scotland? What's the Malta military tattoo? Any of those. They're actual events where everybody gets all dressed up.
All right.
And drums are beat and...
About the Malta military tattoo. The Malta tattoo is an annual major tourism draw. Wait, eyeliner 1. Oh, they're
okay.
Makeup. They're phoning it in, folks. I thought the internet was going to be brave.
Although, there is semi-permanent tattoo eyeliner as well out there.
Yeah, but they're talking about makeup.
I think they're talking about
makeup. All right. They did not go for the gusto. All right, yes. And now, we could go for the gusto anyway. We could just guess. We could say, to heck with you, internet, in your last turn. We want 3 more points. We have a 1 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chance of getting it correct, and a 3 in 11 chance of dying.
Yep.
So, all right, next clue. All right, so we got that. So this is our last round. They give us a single, and we got it in the bag.
On the way.
No, that's not a clue. That's because that's 3 words. So, it's Malta Military Music Heritage. It's, I guess, they're big musical extravaganzas.
Yes.
And how were you wanting to use it in the first place? I don't even remember what it was now.
Shoot.
Run 1, it's going to be dash! Oh! My ship was correct! Right, is there anything else? You don't run in a blizzard, or you do run in a blizzard, but obviously they're talking about dash.
Okay.
So, dash, oops, I just closed it, dash. So, but I bet you a ship they were talking about dashing instead of buckets. Who knows? See, these are the kind of things, and boom, that was the last turn, and we made it. Winner! Boom! Okay, so that, folks, was a quick game of, and so our final score is, we ran out the clock, so we don't get any bonus points for having those. We basically get a point for every one of these that we have. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. And I believe we lose a point for every mistake that was made. So I think our final score is 7. Let me double check that. Score. Subtract a point for... Oh, wait. Oh, no. If you needed to go into sudden death. Right, because we didn't even go into sudden death. There's this whole other thing that if you run out of time, you don't instantly lose. Then you can just start guessing. Oh. And as long as you keep guessing correctly every single time, the sudden death can still be a win. But you lose a point for going into sudden death. So no, we didn't lose a point for doing this. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We scored 8 points. According to the rules, it's 5 is good, 9 or 10 is awesome, and if you can score more than 10, you need to give the mission map a try. So we didn't quite go over 10, but I think, folks, hang on for a bit, or go ahead and hit the I to go to the extended playthrough, or follow the show notes, and we're going to play again. And we are going out into the world. We're leaving Prague behind, and we're going to see how well we do the next time. Or you can go straight to final thoughts. Your choice. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew! Okay. Alrighty. I got to see that chat window. It's driving me nuts. Oops. Lemonade, lemonade. Everyone's saying lemonade, shouting lemonade. Oh, wait, no, that's just because it's catching up. Oh, shoot. I totally forgot. I got to go get something.
Oh, it said we are blushing. I just saw that go by real quick. It was a blush emoji.
Would you like to tell them where was it? Oh, right. Oh, I need my phone. Yeah, okay.
It's all scrolling by too quick.
Yeah, I think it's just because we haven't looked at it in a while, so it's basically we're seeing pretty much everything. Yeah, because it's the eyeliner. I mean, you know, it's just catching up with everything all at once. Alrighty. Ship was for bucket.
Aha! Ship for bucket!
Come on, but that's brilliant, isn't it? Ship meaning ship to dash to get there on time. Positively has to be there overnight. Nah, I'm my own special thinker. Alrighty, cool. All right, so
somebody said Harry Potter ran a lot. I just saw that scroll by.
Yeah. So our thing was, I really want. I mean, I had wrote down imbibe, eat, consume for the lunch and the lemonade. It was just a no-brainer to me. And Jen kept saying, but they're going to choose taste.
And that's the very first thing they chose.
And they chose taste. And I wasn't worried at all because I knew, hey, you know what? If they choose it, it's not like they'll hit the assassin. We were totally safe to do it. And then they would know afterwards, okay, well, they lost one, but they'll guarantee get to the next round. So it was a perfectly safe move. And at that point, we didn't have anything better. Jen was saying, instead of that, because at the time, we still had flag and lemonade out, and Jen wanted to do independence.
For Independence Day, when you
first of all, probably at least a third, if not half of this audience is not American. So there's that. Okay. Yeah. And A+ for the tattoo. I stand corrected. Well done, honey pie. I mean, obviously that's just something you picked up along the way that I never have. I never knew. Although, again, so you're going for flag, which would have been perfect, but what was the other thing that you were trying to do with the tattoo, or that you thought tattoo might have been appropriate for? Because you had this half-remembered thing about tattoos.
It was shoot was their first one, remember?
And oh yes, right, yes, and you were like, doesn't tattoo have something to do with military?
Yeah.
And it did, but not in the way you thought.
No, I think my first response was that that military salute that they do when they...
And actually, in fact, wait a minute, what is tattoo? Tattoo would have been a blank, so it would have been fine, because it is right here.
Yeah.
Blizzard was a killer. And in case you guys are curious, Dash was a killer for us, as was Blizzard, so that was the universal one, and Craft was a killer for us. Right, anywho, so, got to get them all back, and, right. So, what we're going to do, guys, we're going to play another game. First of all, I'm just going to flip all these cards, because they're all two-sided, which is very, very handy. You don't have to. Just getting a new clue makes everything different. And we don't even have to flip all. We can just like flip some of them. But what the heck? Let's be thorough.
Quack!
Military tattoo.
Vampire.
So I guess under those circumstances, it might have been a reasonable thing because, hey, at a military tattoo, they might do some gun salutes.
Well, they do them in Malta at the Grand Harbor every day at 4, don't they?
And is that called a tattoo? Is that maybe that's why you know it, because we live in Malta and we've been to those things? because we've never been to one in England or America.
Yeah, I'll have to see if that thing at 4 o'clock would be considered a tattoo.
A tattoo, yeah. Let's see. Oh, it's totally thematic. What are you talking about? There are all these agents out here. They have their code names. Communications are compromised. We are the handlers. Jen and me, we handle 6 of them. You handle 6 of them, and 3 of them are allied with either of us. And so, if you walk up and try to talk to the wrong one, they'll just tell you to walk on. Hey, I'm a bystander. But when we figure them out, they'll come with us because, you've called me in.
My fault was still there.
So anyway, so that's fine. We got all our stuff out here again. Let's get all of this back here. All right, so, and
we'll need new cards too.
All right, yes. So folks, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go normally. Should we just go to we won so readily. I really want to show like a really tough one.
You want to go to Berlin?
Well, no, Berlin's relatively easy.
No.
Like, yeah, I'm just, normally we move. Well, I mean, let's do a tough one. We may very well lose, but I want to show off as much stuff as possible.
Sounds good.
Okay, so get another drink of water.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and everything seems fine. There's a countdown timer, so a limited number of rounds. Yes. All right. So, don't need the military tattoo information anymore. Well done, honey pie.
Thank you.
I am embarrassed. Okay, get the mic back on for the final. And so we got the new stuff. Ready? Need anything?
Yeah, we need a new card.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll do that once we're filming.
Okay.
So you ready,
do you need to check and see? I guess Karthik hasn't said anything, so we can just proceed.
Ready to go with round 2? Yeah. Okay, ready spaghetti, they say. So we gotta hide this now. Back to you. Back to just keeping track of the health is good the whole time.
Just looked over at Gert. Look at it.
What is happening here?
Oh dear.
Okay. Okay, everybody, welcome back. I think we've all learned a little something today, including Jen is a military celebration expert, and I'm a total doofus. I stand guilty as charged. But here's what's going to happen. Because we took care of business so readily, there is a whole optional campaign you can play through Codenames Duet. The game comes with this map of the world. If you're going to play campaign, you write down your team names right from the get-go, and the first game you play is Prague. If you win in Prague, you can then choose to go to Baghdad, or Moscow, or Berlin.
Cairo.
Or, I pointed the wrong thing. So if you go to Cairo and you win there, then you can head over to Cape Town. And if you win at Cape Town, you can go to Sydney. And really, you win the entire campaign if you win in every one of these regions. And the gameplay itself is always the same, but the setup is a little different, and there's an extra penalty rule that could hit. So right now, we're supposed to go to Prague, which is kind of like an easy intro to the game. We have 9 rounds, and we are allowed 9 mistakes. We made 1 mistake. It was easy peasy. But if we go to Berlin, we have 11 rounds, so we can have a longer game, and we are allowed only 2 mistakes. If we make a 3rd mistake, we start going into penalty mode that'll really hurt us. If we go to Moscow instead, we have 8 rounds and we're allowed 8 mistakes. Cairo, we have 9 rounds, we're allowed 5. So these are a slight jump up in difficulty, but just to give the folks at home a real show, we're going to jump all the way out to like the final boss fight. All the way out here at Rio de Janeiro, or over here at Tokyo, or in Washington, D.C. At the end of these lines are the toughest ones. You only get 7 rounds and you're only allowed 2 mistakes, 7 rounds and 3 mistakes, or 8 rounds and only 1 mistake.
I kind of like going to the Alamo.
You want to go to the Alamo?
Yeah.
8 rounds and 2 mistakes?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to Los Alamos. The Alamos in Houston. It's Los Alamos, which is, I don't even think that's in Texas. Los Alamos, I want to say New Mexico. All right, we're going to Washington, D.C. We have 7 rounds.
Okay.
So that means 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All of these huge cities on this map, and then they stick Los Alamos on there.
Well, it's a hotbed of spy activity. Now, so we only get 7 rounds, and 2 of these start out already flipped, which should be very scary for us. And
Are you sure that's not just in Texas?
Alrighty. Let's tell you what, we'll look it up while we're waiting for a clue.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so here's the way it's going to work. We're still just going to give clues back and forth. And oh, by the way, in between filming, you see we have a whole new row or a whole new bunch of things. That's because all we did was we flipped the cards over. Remember Pew from the gun shooting? Oh, that's right. You were worried about Pew, and you wanted to go with Tattoo instead.
Well, I knew you'd totally get Pew, but I didn't know if the internet would.
The internet invented Pew. The internet is Pew. So we've just flipped it over, and now it's Powder. We flipped them all. We have an entirely new map. And of course, there'd be plenty more we could throw in if we want. We need a new clue card, so let's go on ahead and remove that one. And we'll just take a new one at random. We pull it thusly so that you can see yours. You can't see ours. There it is. And we're ready to go. Now, the game works exactly the same, but we have less time. So we have to be a bit more aggressive. We only have 7 rounds, not 9 rounds. We would have lost that first one. And we're probably going to lose this one, so we have to be more aggressive. That's what has changed here. Some of these cities, you can be much more safe, but it affords you no error. Sometimes you have to be really aggressive with guesses or clues or whatever. We've got to be aggressive because we only have 7 rounds to find these 15 agents. But what's worse is if we get it correct, we take one of these like we normally do. One of the suspects, and hey, we took it. If we get it wrong, then they just come out here and say Boyle was wrong. That's fine. And wait, am I doing this right? No. All right, if we get it wrong, what happens is, oh shoot, I think we have to take one of the. Oh, all right, let me look. I looked this up this morning because Jen and I, we've only played a couple of these tough ones, and we've never played one this tough. Alrighty, so the way it works is, alrighty, where are you? Advanced rules. Right, awesome. You did the mission map, mission parameters. The first number, right, the second number is the number of acceptable mistakes. We're allowed 2 mistakes. So we make a mistake, we make another mistake. But after we've made 2 mistakes, then it starts, every time we make a mistake, it counts as 2 rounds instead of 1.
Right.
So we have less time, so we have to go for tougher clues that are going to be more prone to mistakes, and the faster we make mistakes, the quicker we're going to lose. So, right. Jen's already thinking about clues. I assume the internet. Think about your clues. Think about your clues. Let's see here, and I'm just going to double check this while everybody's thinking about clues. And you folks at home can be thinking about clues as well. Right, if the turn ends by guessing a bystander, the clue giver gives the bystander token face down to the time bank. However, once you are out of bystanders, wrong guesses will be penalized. Right. Right. If we get it right, we get rid of these. I remember that. Right. They're discussing. Jen's thinking. I'm just trying to remember the rules. If the guesser chooses to stop guessing after 1 or more correct, they get rid of it. Right. So they get rid of one of these. That's a good thing. We want to get rid of those. Once these are gone, the game just works. If we can get 2 corrects, these go away. He or she takes a check mark side face up from the time bank. If only the bystander. You know what, folks?
Too much?
Think amongst yourselves. I'm going to start this whole thing again so that the final run through of this doesn't have me stumbling around trying to reread the rules. And it gives everybody time to think of clues. Right, so we're in Washington, D.C. It is 72567. If the guesser chooses to stop guessing after they're correct, you can take a check mark face up. Oh, oops, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. It's 2 face up. That's why it's so terrifying. Right. That's why I was so confused. Right, because we have 9 total and 5 acceptable mistakes. So there's only 2 acceptable mistakes. It all makes sense now. But I'll just double check this anyway. You turn, I guess I'm going to send you the clue. Yeah, okay. However, 2 tokens. Flipping them over to the bystander. Yep, okay. Hey everybody, welcome back. We have now decided to up our game a little bit because we did so well in Prague. The game, Codenames Duet, actually gives you access to a campaign mode where you jet set from city to city all around the world. We just won Prague. And now, because of that, we could go to Moscow, or we could go to Berlin, or we could go to Cairo. And each one of those spaces is a little bit tougher. In Prague, we had 9 rounds, and we were allowed to make 9 mistakes before we suffered penalties. But in Cairo, we have 9 rounds, but we're only allowed 5 mistakes. In Moscow, we get 8 rounds, so we have to win. We have to go faster than we did, and we are allowed 8 mistakes. But you know what? Instead of just jumping to these ones that are a slight bump in difficulty, I'm going to go insane and send us, which is against the rules, but we're going to skip right past Berlin, over to London, over to Montreal, Los Alamos, Washington, D.C., where we only get 7 rounds, and we're only allowed 2 mistakes before things get very, very bad for us. Yeah. This is going to be scary, folks. Prepare to lose, but it'll be a glorious loss. So here's the way it's going to work. We get 7 rounds. Last time we had 9 rounds. This time we get 7. But we only get 2 mistakes as a margin of error. After those are gone, every time we make a mistake, we will suffer double penalties and run out of time that much faster. So it is incumbent on us to not take it easy and go for single clues or even double clues. If we can come up with triples or even quadruples, we should chase them because we don't have much time. But the more we go for those big tough clues, the more mistakes we're going to make. So honey, are you ready to go? I think they're ready to go. All right, okay. Hit us. Karthik, hit us with your first clue. All right, and Jen, what are you thinking about here? Oh, we need another thing so we can talk about what we're talking about without actually saying things.
Said that.
Huh? Oh, I see. All right, so you found a double, and you found a quadruple?
Well, sort of. I was going there.
Oh, but all right, we're up.
Okay.
Honey, Alps 3.
Okay.
Okay. What's it going to be? Alps 3. They have earthquakes. Skiing, of course, yeah. So, of course, right?
Yeah.
Not even have to think about it. Ski? What else? Glacier, yeah, totally.
And probably powder.
Yeah, ski was correct. You want to go for glacier, of course?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have glaciers in the mountains. Glaciers are mountains of ice and snow out in the ocean.
No, not really.
Are they? It's just a big, it doesn't matter if it's in the ocean or on land? Okay, we'll go with it.
No,
glacier?
They have glaciers.
Yep,
they
fine.
just come down to water.
Rahdo learns stuff. The run through. Yes. Okay, and what's our third one? We don't have to go. We can stop.
It was Alps.
Alps. So yeah, powder is.
Powder's got to be.
Dust, slipper, troll. There are trolls in the Alps. No, probably not. Microwaves.
Musketeers.
Quarters. I mean, the only thing I think you could possibly go is the earthquakes because but that's.
No, that's
avalanche. Because I know. That's what I'm saying. It would be a stretch. So I think you're right. I'm ready to go with powder. Are you?
Yep.
Powder. Boom. And assassin. Yeah! Okay,
Good
boom.
job, Internet.
So,
excellent.
Now, here's the thing. If we weren't 100% certain, we had another reason to stop. Not only did we have to be worried about hitting an assassin, but if you stop without making any mistakes, we make one of these bad ones go away. So if we weren't 100% certain about that, it would have been wise to stop. Oh, no, we're fine. So we're still making one of these bad ones go away. Because we want these to be cleared out. Because whenever we have to use one of these on a mistake, it's a double negative. So anyway, so it's time for us to come up with a clue just as good. I haven't even looked at anything yet. What do we got here? Did anything change because stuff got covered up? All right, so you're liking that. That's interesting.
And this is interesting because it wasn't.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
you know what I mean?
right. So, right. That's just happened. So you want to do that because
I really want to do this.
Are these? Oh, and this is. That's why I want to have a grid.
Okay, that's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
I was circling
2,
things
3,
that.
4. Right. So we've taken care of this and this and this. Okay. And we need that.
Sorry, guys.
And that. Yeah. Well, they're still talking about their next clue anyway, and the internet in the future is watching them talk and be much smarter than me. All right. And not this is necessary. Right. So you're liking. Right. So that's gone. Right. And of course, people playing at home after the fact can still try to come up with their own and make suggestions in the comments.
Okay, so we've also got.
Yeah, what do you like? Yeah.
I wrote that.
Yeah.
So all of that, because I think that works really well.
See, I haven't even seen what all our words are yet. But anyway, this plus this is that word.
What? No, it's not.
Yeah, course it is. Of course this is.
Yeah, that's not. That is.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But then that's only a 2. And so that's good. I think that's great if we want to go with the 2.
Okay. But
can we get a 3 out of it? And I'm actually now going to learn what everything we can do is.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. All right. This is kind of crazy. Go with it.
Oh.
Look at that. Yeah, I mean, can that go wrong? Oh, it could go, but it's.
It could go wrong with. Where did it go? This one.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, you were going for the same thing. I see.
Yep.
Yeah, because you got here early. Well, I mean, you can't just go for it. Well, we can probably get away with 1, 2. But that's the thing. Now is the time to go for big numbers. As things get narrowed down, it's going to be harder to come up with overlaps. Right. So. Right. See. Right. Right. And it's a single word. So I've got the perfect acronym, but that isn't any good. Let's see, where were you going for? It was. What should you like? You liked. All right. Okay. So I'm thinking otherwise.
Yep.
For.
Oh, and.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what I was going for.
Okay.
In fact, maybe.
That's adorable.
You think? Or you just want to stop
there?
Oh,
no. The problem with that was this.
Oh.
Because I was doing.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. You've already been thinking about this for a while. Shoot, because otherwise that's perfect. But well, okay. I mean, I hate to go with a 2, but I guess we can, and then let the internet do the heavy lifting, since they wussed out in the last game.
Yeah. So, although I did like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I really do like that, but unfortunately, there's that.
The thing might go away at some point. You know,
yeah, exactly.
it might not be an issue later. Oh, sorry, folks, for watching at home. This is the reality, particularly if you're playing at a high level and you're a low-level player. Right. So you had that. That was interesting too. Can we get a 3rd out of that? I don't think so. Man, I feel like it's there though. Because, what were you worried about with this one? Because of, oh, I see. Yeah. I see that problem. There's got to be something better. There's got to be.
Well.
I mean, all these are that, but there are probably other things that are that too, right? Right. Running out of space. I mean, that's a no-brainer. That's instant success. And we could go. And we could even go like this, although this one I think is probably too much of a stretch. So, but I'd go with that. I mean, that's pretty safe, right?
I'm trying to figure out what that last word was.
Well, it's I forget about it. Think not of it.
Think not of it.
Oh, okay. No, actually not that either. I'm pretty happy with that.
Okay.
You want? Are you cool with it?
Yep.
Okay, everybody. The first clue: loud 3. Loud 3. Thank you for your patience, future internet and current internet. Now, what can Jen teach me I didn't know? What was it? Glaciers. Yeah, okay, yeah, of course glaciers are in the mountains too. Yeah. Alrighty. They're talking amongst themselves.
Can I move this camera around to show how adorable our dogs
are? Oh, that
are?
would mess everything up, honey pie.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
How could we show them that? Take a picture. I will take a picture and we will put it in the feed later. Oh, in fact, actually, here we go. Focus. See how cute? Very cute. I gave him something to watch. Okay. Oh, hello. First guess is volume.
Yes.
Yes.
I think I'd know right where that was. There it is.
All right. Second one. They're coming. Here it comes. Thunder, they say, honey pie.
Thunder.
Correct.
There's my purple-haired lady. I'm so glad she's safe.
Yep. Remember, if you stop, you can come back later.
And what was that again? You get something back this.
Well, okay.
Back
So we've just gotten rid of one of these bad things. If they get rid of, if they stop, they're going to get rid of the bad ones. Basically, if we make a mistake, this goes away. And then if we make a mistake, this goes away. And then from that point on, if we make mistakes, these are doubles. We take this and one more. So, I mean, we run out of time almost instantly. Okay. Because we're playing at the hardest difficulty level. And so they're still thinking. And we need to think about what we're doing anyway in the future.
Right. I think we should go back to
yeah. Well, particularly because we will have gotten rid of, yeah. Oh, right, yes. Yeah, if only that were out of the way. What to do? Oh, the typing is upon us. Here it comes. We stop. Alrighty, they stop at 2, and they'll remember there was another clue out there somewhere having to do with loud.
What? I thought you said that if they stop early, they get something.
Well, they took this.
Yeah, we took that earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
So they were going to get that anyway.
Well, yes, but in the regular game, these are all face up like this, and we just take one. These are more dangerous to us. So, I mean, if they took one of these are our safety net. Okay. So we're getting rid of the non-safety net ones. So hit us.
No, it's us now.
No, we just gave them a clue and they stopped. Hit us. So they're, we just gave them loud. They went for 2. They know there's something else out there loud. The reality is they know that there are several things that are loud and they just didn't want to take a chance. And they're hoping to see it narrow down. Angry, 3. Ooh. Angry, 3. I mean, I want to go there right off the bat.
I want to go for boil.
And angry, oh yeah, because...
You're boiling over.
Or, boiling over, I was thinking of like an angry boil that needs to be lanced.
Well, that would work. That's disgusting. Let's go with boil first.
All right, you want to go for boil?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Do you want to do troll first? Troll, I think, is a very safe one. I mean, trolls are angry. What else is angry? We need 3 angry things. Is Russia angry? No, Russia is devious. Sorry if there's any Russian viewers. Is Caesar angry? Is a duck angry?
Caesar would be very angry when Brutus, et tu, Brute.
That was an angry line, et tu, Brute. I mean, I think boil and troll, but what's the third one? An angry magician? An angry nerve? You're on my last nerve. I'm very angry with you. No. Musketeers, they're happy-go-lucky. Fuel is not angry. Crows. The Crow is a very famous comic book and movie about an avenging angel of death that is very angry for being killed and his girlfriend being killed, and he comes back and exacts revenge. So it's a stretch, but they're not talking about just regular crows, but the movie starring Brandon Lee from the 90s called The Crow. Yeah. He was a spirit of vengeance. Okay, well, I don't know anything about that, but you're more into pop culture than I am. So. Well, I mean, everybody knows about The Crow because Brandon Lee was a rising star and he was killed on set due to a firearm malfunction and stuff like that. Bruce Lee's son? Yes, yeah. So you even heard of it, but you just heard of the tragedy, not the... So, I mean, I'm just saying, Crow could be angry because of that. Okay. It's a stretch, but I'm pretty confident about Troll. I'm moderately confident about Boyle. I'm not sure about Troll, actually. What else do trolls do? They smash things, they hide under bridges and eat people. They're not angry, they're just trolls. They're just doing what they do. The fantasy trope of a rampaging troll, that's in every video game. The trolls are always out rampaging, destroying everything. Yeah, but then there's also those naked doll things with the wild hair. Those are not okay, yes, there are those. Although, yes, there's a million different trolls, but I think the predominant troll is that of an angry, destructive beastie beast.
I think probably the predominant one is the guy under the.
All right. Well, I'm equally confident with Boyle. All right, so we'll go with Boyle.
We're gonna start with Boyle.
We'll start with Boyle. Let's let it boil over. Boyle.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's fine too. But what else?
Yes.
Yep.
Boyle,
right, so what else besides? If you don't like Troll, what else do you like? And remember, we can stop.
I think you're right with Crow. I mean, probably everybody out there in the world but me would have thought of that.
That's a real stretch. I think it's really clever. I would do it. I would totally put it out there. And it's one of those things. Everybody else, when they finally found out, was like, "What are you talking about? That's so weird and esoteric, and nobody's going to remember that."
Okay,
but
well,
everybody.
You're not selling it.
I know. But what else do you got? We have two more angry things up there.
Caesar, obviously. I mean.
Yeah. But that's not. Well, I guess you do think of Caesar's death. But even still, you don't think of anger. You think of tragedy. Betrayal.
Yeah, betrayal.
But et tu brute is not actually et tu brute. It's et tu brute. It's a sad, tragic. True, it's not anger.
True.
So I'm going to stay away from Caesar.
Okay, well, we got to have something.
Yeah, you can cross the Rubicon later. So I like Troll, and as crazy as I think I like Crow.
Well, if it's not Caesar, I don't know what else it could be. Then
so you want Troll then?
Crow and Troll.
You want Troll?
Let's go with Crow first. Let's just.
Right.
No. What do you think?
Well, see, I feel safer about Troll than I do about Crow.
Okay, then let's do Troll first.
All right, Troll. Fingers crossed. Yes! That is one anger Troll. Okay. So now we could stop, or we could push our luck.
Get down. Oh, sorry, that was the command to you.
Yes. Get on down. Get up. Yeah. I can't think of anything else on there that's angry. I guess I can. It's even more of a stretch. Daffy Duck and Donald Duck are both very famous for being furious balls of feathered rage. That's what they do. That is their single defining characteristic, and that says quack. I don't know that there are any pop culture happy ducks. Other than just the little rubber ducky, you're the one, makes bath time so much fun. And probably he's a seething ball of rage too, more than likely.
Yeah, because he's had to be
So now I've gone for two crazy, far out pop culture references.
That's weird.
You like Crow better?
I don't know.
You want to stop? If we find the assassin, we're over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you think it's better?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, so you want to do Crow then? I mean, at worst case, it'll be a bystander. And we can afford two misses. Or do you want to stop? They stopped. Even though the third loud was obvious. I'm just kidding, of course.
I don't know what to do.
Then we can... I think we stop or we go for Crow.
Okay, Crow.
Crow. Oh, here it comes!
You're adding all this flavor.
No!
To Karthik, honey. Nobody's ever going to smell that.
But is it an assassin or is it a... Oh, you're bystander. All right. So this bystander points to us. Now that means, that we know this is not a thing for us. But it could still be something that we want to tell them. But if they ever try for Crow and it turns out it wasn't something that we want for them, then the whole thing would be wiped out and we'd be out of our misses. But we've just made our first miss. Still though, I think that was a pretty reasonable guess. Anyway, and we got to come up with something, and I think we have something in the queue, right?
Yeah, so we've got that one, and we've got that one, and we've got...
Right, so this is gone now. Right, what do we still need? We need that. Oh my goodness! What about? Well,
that's not.
Well, yeah, but.
Okay.
I mean, that's 3, and that seems pretty safe, right? Is there anything else that would go astray? I'm liking it.
I'd like to try and figure out how to get that in there, but
we can't get everything. We couldn't get that in there, I don't think. But I mean, I think that's a good one.
Okay.
You like it?
I'm just looking to see if there's anything else.
All right. No problem. I'm just excited because I came up with a good one.
Yeah.
For once. Right. So how do you want to do with that? That one's just off in the middle of no man's land. I don't know how to do that one. I don't know how to work that into anything.
Oh, you know what we could do? We could do.
Over here, yeah. Yeah. Huh? Right, but you're pointing them to a bystander.
Oops.
Forget that one. Want to stick with the one?
Yeah, we'll have to go back to this for that.
Yeah, yeah.
This might be good for that, and then because that's not really that.
Well, so another way to do this. Is there another way to do this? There is another way to do it. There's another way to do it. And instead of that word, this word, and then add
okay.
Do you like that better than that? Is there anything else so that would go astray on?
I mean, this is easy for us because we know, but that's not necessarily for that.
Oh, I'm pretty confident that I'll be shocked.
Would you be shocked?
I'll be shocked and appalled.
Okay.
So I think I've got two contenders. What do you like?
I think I prefer this one.
Really? All right, but we haven't checked to make sure it won't go astray anywhere.
Although actually, it could do something for that.
Yes, it could. Yes, it could. In fact, I almost think it would. So I think we go with the other one that's pretty safe. Okay, folks, are you ready? The clue is, can we get a fourth out of this? I don't think we can.
Well, I don't know that we've got 3 at this moment.
It was...
Oh, and...
And...
No, not
No,
that.
and...
Okay.
Right. Right?
Well, yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
And good, and good. Is that it?
And at a stretch, we could go for that. We could squeeze this in as well if we want to go for 4. Not that we should be saying that. I think that's probably too much information.
No, I don't think that works. But okay, yeah, let's just do 3.
All right, liquid 3. Liquid 3.
Excuse me.
All right. And I totally forgot what that was. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, they'll totally get it. What could they possibly not get off of that? What indeed? Our half of the video is actually the boring half.
I know.
Because they can't see what we're talking about as we just kind of pull our hair out. Their half, which is boring for us, because we can't hear them talking. It's like we're just in a room all by ourselves, surrounded by cameras. All right, I'm sure they're deliberating. All right, so all right. So assuming they actually succeed at that, then what will we still have?
We will have that.
And that.
And that.
And that. I think. Although actually I don't think we're supposed to even say that. I think that's... Oh! First one. Correct. Fuel.
Fuel. Fuel.
Well done. Well played. We're going to save DC yet. We're going to get these agents home. Harry Trasker. Shower. Correct. What a team. And will they go for number 3? They already bailed last time on, what was it, Loud they bailed on.
Are you supposed to remind them that?
Well, they could look at the chat history, I'm sure. Probably not even that. I think all you're supposed to, well, if it's a 2-player game, of course, there's nothing other than just me say the clue and I'm not saying anything else. But with more players, there's got to be some leeway. Did they get it?
Yep.
Yay!
Well done.
Pacific was the 3rd one, and they nailed it. All right.
Now, do you want to take any other guess on
Any more guesses? All right. And if not, then they will have done a success. And we will have 1 success and 1 fail. So, in the meantime, though, yeah, he's checking. What else is angry? It wasn't the crow. Is it Daffy Duck?
It could either be Caesar or Daffy.
But it's tragic. He wasn't angry.
No, but you think about it. That is a pretty big burn.
You burned. Stop. Okay. New clue, please. The internet is stopped. They've had 2 successes. We've had 1 success and 1 failure. We have 3 more rounds. We've found 3 more rounds to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more agents. We could pull this off.
Let's hope so.
We're so geniusific. Right.
So we've still got this too.
Yeah.
So.
Well. Yeah. But. You know. So. Alrighty. So how do we take it home? I really don't want to do a 1. Oh, what you thinking? What you got? Ooh, for how is this? You could have written that. I don't know if they picked up on that. We'll assume not. Yeah, okay, I suppose that's, yeah, this is the hard part. This is the part where if you're playing at the normal 9-9, okay, now let's just go to singles and take it home. But there are no singles here. We can't just take it home. We can hope that they end up covering up one of these things to make our life easier, but they might end up just making it harder. And have we gotten everything they've done? We don't have any dangling stuff, right? No, we do. We have anger. Oh. We have, in the same way that they still can't be certain about loudness, we can't be certain about anger.
Yep.
And they're still thinking.
All right.
It's hard.
I know.
All right. Tell me I'm stupid.
Oh. How about this?
All right. Oh, they've got. Oh, they're still discussing it. Yeah. I like half of it. I see. I get half of that. Can you explain that to me in one more word? Wow. Yeah, that's possible. That is definitely a stretch. Right.
Although, you know what that could also be for is.
For what? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's too dangerous. Okay. Angry 3. They're going back to angry, and they found 2 angries. We still had 1 angry we hadn't done, and they're saying there's 2 more angries. Well, now, in part, they're saying that because they've heard us blather at length about what we think anger is.
Yes.
I don't think there's a rule against this. I've never seen this happen. Using the same clue and bumping it up. There are 3 angry things on this board.
Well, then it's got to be Caesar and Quack.
And something else. What else have we hypothesized? We hypothesized about Crow, and they said it's not. Yeah. So what else did we? Oh, an angry nerve. You're on my nerves in. That was the only other thing we ever guessed about. Because there's no such thing as an angry microwave. Angry magician, I don't see it. Angry pearls. Angry. Oh, I did joke about Russia, but then I joked, oh no, they're more sly than angry.
Devious, I think you said.
Well, okay.
So let's go.
This is crazy. I feel like there should be a rule against this. They are thinking outside the box, but I'm pretty sure there's not. So yeah, okay. So we're doing it?
Yeah, let's do Caesar
Which one?
first.
All right. Caesar. I don't know if we're cheating here, but just yes, all right. Yes. All right. What do we got next?
Oh, let's go with Quack.
All right. Quack. So I was probably always, either one of you or I were always right about either Caesar or Quack. And now we could stop. We still have 3 rounds.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that they've got.
There's Angry Nerve, Angry Russia, and Angry Earthquake? I don't think so.
Easter.
Now see, if we wanted to get really fancy, I haven't talked about this yet, but for really high level play, the last page of the manual has this little chart that gives you an at a glance from your perspective. Here's everything that you see as a green. Your teammates are going to see 3 of them as green, 3 as bystanders, and 1 as an assassin. So you can use this to start doing some retroactive. Okay, based on what we know and what we've seen, we can eliminate and narrow it down. That's really, really super smart high-level play. I'm not feeling it right now because I'm exhausted. Plus, I don't want to make right. Do you just want to go for nerve?
I don't see what else it could possibly be.
All right, here we go.
It's that just because they
my last nerve. You're on my last nerve, Internet. Don't let me down. Yes!
All right.
All right, and now we will have to find out later what they were originally thinking when they said the original anger.
Yeah.
And hey, why did you go for anger 5 while you're at it? All right, so, all right. And now, so we can keep going.
Yeah.
But no. So I think we'll just stop right there. And so now it's our turn to give a clue.
Okay.
And there are only 2 left. Oh my gosh.
No, there's...
No, I mean, we have 2 more rounds, and there's 2 more. Oh, we could go to singles now.
Okay.
Because there's only 2 left, right? Oh my. Although if we want to be brave, if we want more points, so what's our situation? We got that. We got that. We still have. Right. So. Oh. Yes.
That's it.
Oh, you're just reminding me with it.
Yep.
So now. There is a verb that ties these together. You know? But in theory, we could just take it easy. Do we go out like heroes or do we go out like chumps?
Heroes.
Then I can't think of a better way to tie those 2 together.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, man.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, where's that going to send us wrong? Well, no, I mean, well, all right, it's a guaranteed knockout of the park. And if they don't feel it, they can just pass. Right, okay, we're doing it.
Yep.
Shake 2.
I thought it was that.
Yeah.
Whoops. I thought that was I thought that's what it was. That makes better sense to me.
Oh, whoops, Jen misread it. It was actually shaker. My handwriting is atrocious. If you'd see my E, it looks like there's an R at the end of it.
It certainly does.
I wrote shake. Yeah. Sorry. Shaker 2. Yep.
Although apparently in your head it was still shake.
Well, if you think about it.
Yeah, but I mean that could be.
Yours is better. Yeah.
Mine's much better.
Much better.
My addendum. My R on the end of your...
Yeah, it's all about that R.
Well, it was there. That was an ER thing that made it work for you too.
Yeah. All right, here comes the first one, which is going to be, come on, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yep, correct. Earthquake is correct.
Okay.
So now, you can stop for an easy win or go for glory.
Well, we still have room for one mistake, right? 2 more
points. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
That's fine.
Yeah. And more points. See, actually, do we take these out on? Do we use one of those on the turn when we get the last one correct? I'm not sure about that. Because we never really paid that much attention to the score before. Ending the game, clear victory. Once all the words have been. Yeah, I think you will still use one. So if they stop right now, we have the 3.
The 3. Don't we
Yeah,
we have those?
Because they, well, each one of them is worth 1.
Yeah.
But if we have never used this is worth 3 instead of 1. So it's 2 bonus points.
Okay.
They're discussing. Yeah. I cede to your shaker. Clearly that's what I meant to say when I wrote the sloppiest E ever.
Yep, I think it was subconsciously there.
Yeah. Now it's interesting, actually. The original Codenames shipped with an hourglass. So that if you had players who were progressively just ruining, slowing it down, you could hourglass them.
Look at our pups. They're adorable. Right. We'll have another dog shot for those of you who are just sitting around.
I don't know if I can. There we go. They've now moved over there to continue to be adorable. Oh, but we just missed the adorableness.
Yep.
All right. All right, they're still discussing.
Daisy's pretty cute. If Gert's chewing on something that she wants, she just sits down right next to her.
Here it comes.
And eventually Gert gives up and Daisy's like, score!
They guess dust.
Dust!
And so they finish And that's it.
Well done.
We actually did better this time. We scored a higher point on the Super Tough Boss. And that, folks, was 2 quick run-throughs of Codename Duets. And now, if you want to hear some final thoughts, you can hit that I in the top right corner screen or follow the show notes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. We can stop that. We can take the mics off.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, dighty-do. Well done, everybody.
Yes, indeed.
All right, we can get back to, right, how do I do this? I need to move you over here and go over here. All right, everybody, so no time for resting on laurels. It is now time to do some Q&A. So if you have any questions for me and Jen or Gertrude there.
Yep, got some beagle gazing.
Or Daisy.
No, Daisy, we don't have room for 2 on my lap.
Daisy has no questions.
You can have your time in a minute.
All right, there we go. Oops, ah.
Oh, God.
So.
Thanks, Gert.
All right, the questions are still running, and hopefully it'll be easier over here. All right. Rahdo's running. So I assume that was so much fun, says Leva stayed the whole time. Oh, that's right. No, she had to leave, and then she knew she was going to come back. She just knew she couldn't be here for the whole time. Leva, everybody, was our original pick for Internet Captain.
Oh,
and
Karthik's awesome, though.
Yep, but Karthik did a phenomenal job. Thanks, everybody. Let's see. And
Kurt is giving the Internet her back.
Yeah, she turns her back to you. She wants none of it, everybody. So, I mean, if you don't have any questions, we can just call it, and Jen and I will get back to our lives. Here it is at almost 6 o'clock, Malta time. I need to start reading rules for Master's Trials and the Escape Room VR app. We finally got that working on the phone, so that's pretty cool. We're going to play those tomorrow. And
things are arriving all the time here.
Yes, it's been a very, very busy month. Still, so far, no questions. And they've heard me by now, I believe, say. So, oh, no pun and clues here. Hey, Efka and or Elaine, whichever you might be, or some third unknown party. All right. Somebody just said dust. I think they're late to the party. Yeah, well, I said dust. I mean, when I said shake, I was thinking, oh, there's an earthquake, and it shakes, and then you're all covered with dust. Yeah. That was my connection. Yeah. But yes, of course, the duster, or the shaker, was much better, because nothing else could come out of a shaker other than dust.
Well, no, but I was thinking that's what they call earthquakes, or shakers.
Oh, no, I mean shake or shaker. I mean,
shake could have been milkshake.
But there's no milkshake here. There's nothing else that could have. The only thing that shake could have been would have been particles in a microwave. That was the only other shake that we could have hit. So I knew shake was totally safe, and I thought there was a chance that they might. Oh, yeah, or the other thing you do is you shake the dust off. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Okay. But then you putting it to shaker, that's what put it over the top. Okay. Right. Oh, hey, I think I see a question mark. What is your favorite version of Codenames so far? You know what? I'm actually. You just helped me film a run through. You'll be able to find out my final thoughts. He said, just totally dodging the first question. Alrighty. Right. All packed for Essen? No, not even remotely. Not at all. I have figured out today all the games that we're taking to bid a fond farewell to. Barely fit all those in the boxes, and got both boxes under the 20-kilo limit for the airline. But that means I'm going to have to be carrying a lot of stuff in secret in the world's biggest backpack, which we have successfully used in the past on Air Malta. But that's it. We haven't packed. Jen's got a lot of glass to pack, but she's still got a lot of glass to make to sell. Yeah. Alrighty. Where did that go? Alright, all packed for Essen. Let's see. Next question. And get well soon, Efka. I guess it was Efka. Alright. And still no more questions. Honey, I think these people are just flabbergasted. They are stunned into silence by our amazing, epic, come from behind win.
Wow. Okay.
Alright.
Here's Daisy coming up.
Honey,
yes.
Efka wants to know. They have 3 more games of Pandemic Legacy Season 1 they've got to play through. Should they bother, or should they just jump right into Season 2?
Oh, well, why would you bother?
Is that your answer?
No.
He's asking I can only assume he's asking a serious question.
Totally. How could you not do every pandemic-y thing possible?
Well, see, that means he might, if they lose, they might have to play 6 more times. and that could take a while.
I know, but
on a busy filming schedule.
Pandemic is awesome.
Right. Well, Jen says you must finish it.
I would play again.
Well, yeah, and we've already done it twice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Would I say that? Now, first of all, I know nothing about Pandemic Season Legacy 2. I've avoided all spoilers I can. Unfortunately, I know a little bit. The same way I occasionally stumble across information about a movie or a TV show I'd rather not know. Like, hey, there's a new Doctor Who. I would just for once, like to be surprised when a new Doctor Who shows up. The way it used to be when I was a kid, instead of knowing about it and all of that. But considering what we know about what happens in the last 3 months of Pandemic Legacy, without actually talking anything about the speaker, is it that big a deal if they just say to heck with it and just jump right into 2? Because if they've got 3 more, clearly they just don't want to play it. They're just going to go through the motions. Because if they wouldn't be asking if it wasn't already a knockout of the park. Of course we're going to play them. So they're thinking, oh well, do we really need to put the time in? And in all honesty, again, not knowing hardly anything, I would actually say you probably don't have to put the time in. You know, things do build up, and there's a big crescendo movie style ending, but if you're really pressed for time, I think having made it to all but the last 3, you've gotten a pretty good idea of what it is, speaking reviewer to reviewer, FK, and you could just go on ahead and just peek at the rest and get the idea of what it was going to be like. Now, I'll be honest. But he's asking because clearly they don't have the time or the inclination to play, and would you say, yes, you should do it, even though you don't want to? Even though it would be a drudgery for you.
If you don't,
because otherwise you would be asking.
It's a drudgery.
Yeah.
No, but
but it would just be clock ticking. You know, just be putting in the time. Yeah. I mean, should you do it?
No.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. Jen has changed her mind, FK.
I'm just saying everything with Pandemic is awesome.
I'm not going to argue with that. When will the next live game be? Maybe in November, maybe December. The tricky thing is, I don't know. As it gets later in the year, I mean, it's already starting to get dark now. It's best time to do them in the summer because it stays bright till like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. But it just gets darker and darker and darker. By the time we're in December, it's pitch black by 5 p.m. here. And so, but we try to film them. Gertrude, you are just not putting on a good show for the folks.
She just wants to look at me.
Yeah. Well, you could go like this, you know. Oh, you could rotate.
There we go.
Right, we start filming at 4 o'clock Malta time because that means on the west coast of the States it's 7 a.m. and it's a reasonable time to get up on a Saturday if they really want to watch the whole video. But we wouldn't want to start any later than that, and the longer it goes into the year, the tougher it is to start late. And so maybe we'll do one in November, December. We might not do one until March or April of next year. And like this year, we didn't do any because it was so dark for so long, and then we just blew through them all in April. So that might be the way it goes. It depends on the natural lighting, because the sun is my only source of light. Yeah. Once the sun goes down, it's pitch black here, and we just have to go to sleep. We're cavemen here.
We're illuminated by the glow of our beagles.
Hey, Honey Pie, am I tired from all the run-throughs?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, this has been a very, very stressful month. As it is every year. I mean, if you go back and look at the timestamps, I mean, this is always like the busiest time. And this has been the busiest of the busiest times. Favorite Legacy game, Honey Pie? And the ones you have to choose from are Pandemic Legacy Season 1, Charterstone, and Gloomhaven.
I'm sorry, but it's Pandemic.
There you go. Yeah, me too. Me too. What's your second favorite, Gloomhaven or Charterstone?
Gloomhaven.
Me too. And that's not a slight on Charterstone. We both loved it a lot too.
But I think part of what is wrong with Charterstone at the moment is we had to blast.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
and so I didn't get to savor it. I think if we'd gotten to savor it.
Yeah, that's true.
But we've just started a second one with some friends, and I'm sure I'll enjoy that even more.
Let's see here.
So ask me in a year when we're done playing that.
Honey, it was Nerve.
Nerve?
The
Angry? That was the original?
Apparently, that must have been the original Anger, yeah. They're on my last Nerve. Well, and then, so they didn't know anything about the Crow, or the Ducks, or Caesar, or anything. It was always the most obvious one, and we just went down this crazy rabbit hole of madness.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Have you ranked all the Legacy games? I believe we just did. But you can just go to rank.rahdo.com, and you'll see how I've ranked every game we own. What delicacies does Malta make, Honey Pie?
Capers, I suppose, and lots of tomato products. We, of course, have sea salt. What else?
I have no idea. I mean, they make a lot of rabbit dishes.
Yeah. There's something here called kini, which is a cola type item. And
You would call that a delicacy?
Well, I'm just thought they were asking about Maltese foods. I would definitely not call it a delicacy. But it's basically...
By the way, honey, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just noticed. This is Leva asking this question.
Oh!
No doubt because you apparently asked her, would you like us to bring you any Maltese delicacies?
Yeah.
And now she's trying to figure out what the heck do you mean by that. So you can just cut to the chase and say, well, what I meant by that was this.
I don't know.
And then you realize you were making
I would
nice.
bring people from Malta.
Boom.
Unfortunately, it's just, they've got lovely tomato products and stuff, but it's nothing really that you can't get anywhere.
Honey, what are you looking forward to most next week?
Oh.
I'm sorry, did you want to finish the Kinney story? I'm sorry.
If anybody cares about Kinney, you can send us a question at questions@rahdo.com.
If anybody cares about Kinney, they'll ask a little bit in 30 seconds from now.
Yeah.
But what are you looking for more? Karthik wants to know, what are you looking forward to most next week?
I think, it's so nice to talk to people and have them love my glass. I kind of get a year's worth of validation maybe for the work I do. I mean, lots of people email me and tell me how much they like it and everything, but it's just so nice to sit and talk with people and point at glass and they touch it and feel it and love it and stuff. So that's really nice for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And also, Karthik, I'm looking forward to going to that restaurant that we were talking about.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Jen's literally been talking about that for a year.
That carbonara was awesome.
Yeah. And what am I looking forward to next week? Getting home. No, but we won't get home till the following week. So what am I looking forward to next week?
You're looking forward to... That's horrible.
It's just nothing but hard, non-stop 4 days of work. It's a lot of work. It'll be nice to see some people. It'll be nice to see Karthik and Shrima. And so there are several people I'm looking forward to see, to be fair. Agnes and Michael, and there's a bunch of people. It'll be nice to see people that I know that I like in the industry and hang out and chat with them for a bit. It'll be nice to see Efka or John. I mean, there's a lot. I'm looking forward to seeing people that I like, that I know that I like. God, that sounds terrible. I'm looking forward to saying hi to all my fans as well. That'll be very lovely too. Oh my God. Where's my shovel? I don't think this hole is deep enough. Do you have to play season 1 to enjoy season 2?
Is that
probably? I don't know, but here's the thing. Coincidentally, somebody asked that question on YouTube on my channel this morning, and I answered, dude, I don't know. Or Miss, I don't know. I think it was a lady who asked. And I said, I don't really know. But somebody else did reply, and they said what they've read is you don't need to, because Pandemic Legacy 2, it is a continuation of the universe. It's set in the same universe, but it's kind of like, an episodic TV show. Hey, you know what? You could just jump in to any episode of Barney Miller, and yeah, they might make references to things that happened in the past, and apparently they will, but it is a standalone experience, so you don't need to have that advanced knowledge. It just enhances it if you do have that knowledge, is my understanding. I didn't even want to know that, but I do know that, and I have shared it because you asked. Would you do a tutorial on how to best explain a game to help an aspiring game master? I don't know. That seems a bit presumptuous to me. Huh?
I think your run-through is a classic example of how to explain games.
Yeah, but no, he's talking about what I do when I teach you a game. That's very, very different than when I do a run-through. I don't know. I would feel very weird about doing that because I'd feel like, look at me, everybody, I'm a great game teacher. Let me show you how it's done. And I don't really feel that way. So I think I'd be a little uncomfortable doing it, in all honesty. Do we like Belgian waffles?
Are they talking about stroop waffles?
Belgian waffles.
Ooh.
Asks Nimrod Berger. If that is your real name.
I don't know. I probably would. Yeah?
It's perfectly fine to say you don't know.
Did we have them when we went traveling with Dad and Aunt? Remember that time that we got waffles in the square with whipped cream on it?
I seem to dimly recall, but yes. I mean, I'm sure they were delightful.
I think those might have been in Switzerland, actually.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hard to say.
We love stroop waffles, cinnamon ones.
But yeah, we like sweet things.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the Dized app? If so, what do you think about it? I think it's great. I'm really excited about it. I've actually, when it was on Kickstarter, I had talked to the guys last year, and they said, you know what, we're going to send you an early version of it so that you can actually film a run-through of yourself learning how to play a game with it. And I was actually going to use Scythe. because Scythe is one of the, that's a big heavy game. I don't know how to play it. I've never played it, and I was actually going to film myself learning how to play Scythe using the Dized app. And so I think it's great. I hope it works. I hope it lives up to the promise. Time will tell. If you don't want to finish the final 3, why would you want to buy? Oh, sorry. Happy dogs.
Yeah, hopefully.
Is the Kickstarter only up for a short period of time? Right, that must be somebody else because I don't know what you're talking about. Will you bring over Nutella pasticci to Spiel?
That's a delicacy, pasticci. Those are lovely.
Yeah.
But probably wouldn't travel very well. They kind of get gross after they congealed after.
But yeah, that is a delicacy. That is a shame. That would, pasticcis and all. Well, of course, they were only supposed to be pea and cheese pasticcis. But yeah, this was actually Efka asking because when they came here, they found some place that was selling Nutella pasticcis. Come on, that's gonna be awesome. That'd be absolutely amazing. I have no idea where it was, but I really like to try it once. Okay. Righty. Let's see here. Moving on. Honey, do they get a Rahdo sticker for free if they walk up to Jen and say "Angry 3"?
I think that would qualify.
Alrighty. All right. 3 angry flash bums. A partridge in a pear tree. Have you ever had a pasticci? Somebody else must be asking somebody else because yes, we've had way too many of them. They are the greatest things on earth.
Yeah, they are so awesome, and they're so cheap.
I know that. Well, that's part of why they're so awesome. I mean, they're good anyway. But if they were $1 a piece, I'd be, oh, that was nice. But what are they? 30 cents a piece? It's
something
ridiculous.
Like that, yep.
It's redonkulous. Has Jen thought of doing Gamer Glass for Onitama? What is Onitama? No, she has not. We have not played Onitama. I think she could. I think she could make a really nice Onitama set, actually. That's a good idea.
Excuse me.
She might think about it now. And Jen is always up for commission jobs. So by all means, if you have an idea like that, if you have a game and you would love to get pimped out with really nice custom glass pieces, go to jennifer.net and contact her. I think that would be a really good idea. I mean, I think there's it's like a chess-ish type game, and I think there's just like 5 pieces on each side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a look at it.
I could be wrong about that. If I'm thinking about the right game, I think I am. Alrighty. Oh my gosh, we're all caught up.
Woohoo!
This is the shortest Q&A ever. That was like hardly even 20 minutes. I guess we'll give them 30 seconds, and if they don't come up with something good, we're out.
Okay.
We're gonna make like a tree and get out of here. The beagles, I think, are ready to go for a walk.
They certainly seem to be.
They seem to be. They are getting in position. Daisy's ready to attack. Gert is standing her ground, and I'm seeing nothing.
Oh, well, they'll see us next week.
Yep. All right. So, thanks for playing, folks. We had a good time, and yeah, watch for this run through. I'm hopefully, if we get it complete, I'd like to get this up before Essen as well. But heck, you guys are already there. I can't wait to see what they said, and hopefully they kept the curse words to a minimum. So, folks, thanks for watching. Oh,
you gonna show that?
All right. Let's see. Oh, but so, what's going on?
Never mind.
Yep. Yeah. Daisy was on the attack. Gert was on defense, but now they've been spotted. So nothing to see here, folks. Yeah, it's always that way. Always that way. Okay, bye, everybody. Where's the end the button? There it is. Stopping streaming now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.